Today on Passion for Food, we're going to make homemade enchilada sauce. And I can promise you, after trying this sauce, you'll never want to buy one of those watery store-bought sauces again. It always comes out thick and luxurious and is absolutely bursting with flavor. Let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to need 7 or 8 mild dried chilies. These are New Mexico chilies, but guajillo would also be great here. Along with a spicy chili of your choice. I've got an arbol chili here. I don't like it too hot, so I'm only going to use one. Now, this part is optional, but I do recommend removing most of the seeds from these larger chilies. You don't really have to, it's extra fiber, but if you don't, you'll just find tons and tons of seeds in your final enchilada sauce. Some people don't mind that, but I'll take an extra second just to remove most of these. As you can see here, you really do wind up with quite a lot of seeds. We could even keep these if we want to grow some peppers, but we'll go ahead and just tear these up a little bit as we put them into the pot. That'll make blending it up later just a little easier. And as you can see, despite our best efforts, we're still going to wind up with some seeds. But now we'll just go in with our spicy arbol chili, along with some additional aromatics, starting with about 4 cloves of peeled garlic. No need to chop that, we'll just leave it whole. And next we want 1 large onion, peeled, and I'm just going to give that a quick slap chop. Next we want 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about 2 ounces of tomato paste. We can use more or less depending on how thick we want our sauce. And finally, we need about 3 cups of liquid. I'm going half chicken stock, half water here, but you can go all stock or all water if you would prefer. Some people actually like to saute the onions, garlic, and peppers first to get a little extra flavor, but I don't really find that adds too much for me. So we're going to go ahead and cut the heat on to high and just wait for this to come up to a simmer. As it does, we'll just give it a quick stir to make sure nothing's sticking, and then we just want to put a lid on here and let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. At this point, we're basically done. We just want to give this a quick check and make sure our onions and garlic are tender. I just like to kind of grab one and have a look here. Those onions look fine. Let's have a look at one of these pieces of garlic. We can just kind of smash it against the pot. As long as it's soft, we're good to go. To get it nice and smooth, we could either use a blender, food processor, or I'm going to go with one of these little immersion blender boat motor things. These do a great job, and I love that I don't have to transfer it out of the pot, but it can make a bit of a mess, so you probably want to tilt the pot to the side so you can get that as submerged as possible into our mix. Once this is as smooth as we want it, that's it. We're finished. You can go ahead and taste this for seasoning if you want, but I've always found this to come out just perfect for me. This is ready to use immediately, but I'm going to go ahead and jar this up for later. To avoid making a mess, you might want to use a little funnel or something, but my pot has these little spouts on the side, so I'm just going to risk it and pour it straight in here. But that's it, folks. Making homemade enchilada sauce is so much easier than you thought, and trust me, it tastes worlds better than that stuff you get at the grocery store. And you can even experiment with using different chilies and different level of spice depending on what you love. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit that little bell so you don't miss our future recipes. And speaking of, YouTube thinks you'll love the one on the screen now, so go ahead and check that out. This has been Graham with A Passion for Food.